welcome to the Bayfield Revolution podcast. We are here after like 2-3 months. I don't
Like
know.
1 month.
How are you guys?
Not too bad. How are you? The reason why we didn't have a podcast for so long was because our leader and captain was down with COVID-19.
I've recovered good now, and we're gonna do this regularly now.
So are you recovering faster or slower than Kai Havertz?
I think Havertz will take another season to recover.
Cherry, what's up?
I hope Chelsea's fortune change after this. We've been having a horrible patch.
And Manchester United's fortune changes as well after this podcast. They've been doing really well, coincidentally.
So we were talking about Lampard, and we need to talk about him. Our idol is in a lot of trouble right now. So, what do you think? Like, he should be sacked, or he should be given time, like Klopp got from Liverpool,
We sound like
or we have like Tuchel or Allegri sitting there, and they are definitely better coach than Lampard. So, should we get them?
I think this is like an AFTV episode where sack the coach, sack the coach. But like it depends, because I think Abramovich doesn't care, right? Like we have had 11 managers in the last 10 seasons. So for him to sack Lampard is not going to be a big deal. Especially if he can get someone experienced like a Thomas Tuchel in, or Max Allegri would be an awesome addition. But I think the question is, like, why has Lampard gone wrong? Is it because of him? If it is so, then he deserves to be sacked. But is it because of him is the question. JT, what do you think? Is the poor form because of Frank Lampard, or because the players who were playing well a month ago, winning all of the matches, have suddenly like massively tanked?
I think both players and managers will have to take the blame. A player's form has dipped. You can't deny that when you look at the form that Timo Werner's in. He was playing extremely well on the wing, right? And right now, he just can't seem to score a goal. Even the tap-ins he's missing. And now he's come out and said that he would prefer to play centrally. He's played that, and even then he's not able to score. And it's not that he's not getting chances. He's getting enough chances to score. It's just that he's not converting those chances.
Absolutely. He's not a finisher, right? Like he's not a striker. He's a winger who scores goals. But Tibu, what do you think? Like, Lampard's been in charge for more than 2 years now.
Hmm. I
Do you
see
see
zero development. I see zero development from him
number one Lampard hater as a coach, not as a player?
as a coach.
I must hate him as a
Like,
I,
no one has developed under him, not a single player.
Mason Mount.
Mason Mount was always a good player. Like, any coach would have preferred him, not just Lampard. So I
Yeah,
don't
but
know. I still don't know. Like, in the first season, he used all the formations in the world: 3-4-3, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. Still now he doesn't know.
I think we'll have to give. I don't. I don't see Lampard getting sacked. Um, I think it's a massive call to make. It's a massive call to make to sack Lampard at this juncture. But it is the right time to sack him, if you ask me. Like you said, like Pochettino was in contention for the Chelsea job,
Hmm.
reportedly, and PSG were ruthless, right? Like Tuchel won his last game 4-0. He got them to qualify top of the group Champions League, and they sacked him because they saw a long-term plan in Pochettino. I I don't think Lampard will be sacked, but are we missing a trick?
Now look at the form of Chelsea, na, in the last 5-6 matches. Lost 1-0 to Everton, then 2-1 to Wolves, then won 3-0 against West Ham, then lost 3-1 against Arsenal,
That changed it.
and then 3-1 demolition by Man City. Like, Man City should have scored 7 goals, but
Easily.
they. So the first
And
half,
Chelsea shouldn't have scored.
yeah, and the third goal, like, summed it up for Lampard. the third goal which
Absolutely.
they conceded. Like they were playing in the box of Chelsea. So
And he's been unlucky as well. I think every time he's managed to get a team together, there have either been injuries. Um, Chilwell got injured for a game or two. Kai Havertz has been injured, like not injured, but he's been recovering from coronavirus. Hakim Ziyech, he didn't look fit against City. Just didn't look fit. Like he didn't dribble once. I
so
don't think he dribbled once in the game.
so that's where the problem is, na, for Lampard. Like he chose the name instead of the form of the player.
That's true. But
So
he's had his issues. Like he's not had time to settle this team down. Like it's just been when they've played together, they've looked really good. And then someone has gotten injured and the system breaks down. And then he has to replace someone with someone. And then, the whole Giroud situation is also very difficult for him because the kind of form Giroud is in, it's going to be impossible for him to sit him out. And that means he has to drop either Werner or Tammy
so
or
drop
play
Werner.
Werner out of position.
So drop Werner because he's not in form. Drop Kai Havertz.
Yeah. Now the problem with that is then the question becomes you've spent so much money on these two,
Yeah.
you keep dropping them, then how will they improve? How will they get confidence? How will they get in form? So I think he's in this and he's not experienced. That's the problem. If it was a Mourinho, he would have dropped them because Mourinho is a bigger name than a Kai Havertz or a Timo Werner. Is Frank Lampard a coach with stature to do that? I don't think so. I think it's immense pressure, and he's I think he's chewing a bit more than he can. Like I don't remember what the adverb is, but it's like I think he's biting a bit more than he can chew. Or chewing, yeah, biting a bit more than he can chew, whatever it is. But I think it'll be unfortunate if he gets sacked. I think we should stick with him because anyone else coming in, like the pressure, coronavirus, the uncertainty with player availability, we're going to become an Arsenal. I I hope we stick with Frank Lampard. But if you ask me honestly, like do I see a better future with Thomas Tuchel? Yes. But would he come in and change this Chelsea team immediately for him to get that ability to make his changes? No.
But Chelsea के
It,
साथ वही है. I mean, Roman doesn't wait for managers to develop a squad or get in sync with the squad. He needs immediate results. After spending 20 to 50 million, he's not going to wait for 2 years for you to get the team up to speed. He needs immediate results, and that is what Lampard's not getting, right?
And no one will get it right. Like you can't get in Thomas Tuchel and expect him to deliver results, and especially in the Premier League, right? You can do it anywhere else. But a competitive league like the Premier League, where the difference between 13th and Chelsea is literally 3 points, or 14th and Chelsea is 3 points. This is what has happened in the Premier League. You can't expect a new manager to just come in and fire. And I think Roman Abramovich will have to change the way he looks at football because you can't get immediate results these days. Like it's impossible. No
but
one has
Probably.
been able to do
but
that.
let's suppose instead of Lampard, it was Tuchel actually, and Lampard was waiting to get the job.
He
I
would have
think
sacked.
he would have sacked. So
He would
he's
have sacked.
there because he's a Chelsea legend. Just that's the only
True,
reason.
true. He's
So,
there because he's Chelsea
so
legend.
because of that, the club is getting going two step behind instead of like progressing in the Premier League.
Yeah, but like it depends, right? Like we'll discuss this in another episode. But if you look at the United squad, even Ole has completed more than 2 years. Do you see any improvement or any difference in the way they play? Any sustainable difference? No. The only difference between a United side currently and a Chelsea side is that there's a difference of 4 points. But that 4 points is huge in terms of places on
Hmm.
the current table because it's so congested. It might well happen in 5 games if Chelsea have a good run and if United falter, it can completely reverse. So I think we're reading into it a bit too early. But I still have long-term doubts about Lampard's ability to coach such big names. He did a fantastic job last season because no pressure. He could
Hmm.
get in all the youngsters, Tomori. He got Mountain. He got Tammy in, slotted beautifully. These James. Now he's not being able to do that with the 250 million. It's destabilized the team. So yeah, I doubt. I doubt any new coach can come in and change the situation drastically. So I think I would stick with Lampard at least for this season.
So, JD, what do you think? They will finish top four, Chelsea, or not?
That's a very tough question because both Champy and I chose Chelsea to be the third place team. And
And we
right now,
said super confident, like
yeah,
Chelsea.
we said there was no competition for Chelsea to. But right now, we Lampard just needs a string of good results. That is all. Once the team has the confidence back, I don't think it should be a problem for us to get back into the Champions League spot.
3 points
It's
off it.
just a matter of getting a couple of good games under the belt. That's all.
With 3 points of the Champions League spot. Literally 3 points.
और टेबल क्योंकि इतना कंजेस्टेड है ना कि
Exactly.
इसी वजह से
And Arsenal, who were relegation form, is now 3 points behind us.
yeah.
Leeds is 3 points behind us. Like, it's ridiculous. I think I will stick with Lampard. Not because I think he's good for the long term, but I think a new coach coming in needs a proper preseason and needs at least one full season to solidify the squad. And if Tuchel comes in now with this instability, he's not going to get that time. So just for that reason, I want Lampard to stay.
JT,
इस तरह जो
Lampard to stay?
इस बार जो सीजन जा रहा है आई डोंट थिंक नेक्स्ट सीजन के स्टार्ट में भी प्री सीजन का बहुत टाइम मिलेगा सो आई थिंक वी it's just going to be the same so I feel if we want to we definitely should get Tuchel or Allegri as our head coach and just replace Lampard because we've already missed out on Poch. Let's not wait for these managers to get into other clubs and
If
then
if
get
Chelsea, if Chelsea win the league, we're going to replay this again and again. But fair call.
Same here. I want Lampard to like leave.
That we had no doubt about. There was no debate only there.
Don't wait for the sack. Just leave because he should say that I love the club and I'm leaving.
Resign.
I'm resigning. Okay, guys. See you all in the
Okay.
next episode.
Awesome. Good to be back.